guys, welcome to Alex Goes Coconuts. I'm Alex and today I'm going to be showing you my Amazon cruise essentials. So I'm leaving for another cruise in about a month and I'm going to show what I bought on Amazon to make my cruise that much more enjoyable and stress-free. Now, all the things I'm going to be talking about today, you will find the links in the description box down below if you are looking to buy them. Alright, so the first thing on my list is a passport holder. When I travel with my family, I carry a passport holder because it holds all our passports in one place. It holds my money and my ID all in one place. And I carry this on embarkation day with me in my bag. It's easy to access. It keeps all my stuff together. And then once I get into that room, it's an easy way to put everything into the safe and make sure that it's all protected and nobody's gonna steal it. The next thing you're gonna need when taking a cruise are some luggage tags. All cruise ships will give you like paper luggage tags to put around your suitcase. The problem is with the paper ones is that sometimes they get wet or they rip or they fall off and then they don't know what to do with the luggage. Just get yourself a couple of these plastic luggage tags. You can put your luggage tag in here and it comes with a metal wire around it so you can tie this around your luggage or your backpacks or anything you're traveling with. And that way, if you lose anything, they'll know exactly which room to bring it back to. There's two different sizes depending on the cruise ship that you're gonna take. Like Royal Caribbean has these long, narrow ones, and Carnival or NCL, they use these bigger rectangular luggage tags. Check which one you need. I got a pack of 6, I think, so it's totally worth it for the peace of mind. The next thing I suggest is to get a couple of lanyards. When you're gonna be on that cruise ship, you will get a set and sail card like this. Now, this is basically the key to everything. This is gonna get you into your room. This is how you're gonna be paying on the boats. Even when you take an excursion, you're gonna need to take this with you. So it's important to have this on you and not lose it. That's why a lanyard is like the safest way to make sure that you don't misplace it. So you just slip in your card into a lanyard like this and you can put this around your neck and always have this on you. Especially if you have kids, you definitely want to get them some lanyards. My 2 sons, they misplace everything. So this is a safe way for them to walk around the ship and always have their card on them. The next thing on my list is a power strip. I have a little travel one. It's super compact and it gives me extra plugs and extra USB ports to charge my stuff. And this one comes rolled up like this with an extra extension cord. So you can plug this in a plug that's a little bit further away and still have access to a plug. Just one note. You want to make sure that you bring a power strip that has no surge protector. Those aren't allowed on any of the cruise lines. So make sure that it has no power surge protection. Another thing that I highly recommend traveling with is this 3-in-1 magnetic wireless charger, especially if you have like an iPhone and an Apple Watch and you need to charge multiple devices. It comes with 3 spots to charge your stuff. So you can charge up to 2 phones with this and your Apple Watch. And what's cool is it just takes 1 USB and it folds up into this super small little square. So it's easy to throw into my electronics bag and not worry about it when I'm traveling. The next thing I suggest traveling with is a little electronics bag like this. This will hold all my wires and all my electronics. It has 2 compartments, so one side has like a pocket and the other side really holds a lot of wires, and that way I have all my stuff in one place and not have it in the way. The next thing I recommend getting is a power bank for your phone. You're gonna be using your phone a lot because most cruise lines have an app that you're gonna use daily. And also if you're going out on port, you definitely wanna bring your phone with you. And if it runs out of battery, it's kind of useless. So it's a good thing to have an external battery pack like this. This one I like because it's magnetic, so I could just put it on the back of my phone like this. I turn it on and it starts charging my phone and I can walk around with this without having any wires. It's lightweight and it's easy to transport. Another thing I like to bring with me when I'm cruising is a little night light. This one is great because it has a motion sensor. This one is so cute. It has a little cat. Let me see if I can turn it on for you. Hold on. There you go. So it has a little cat in the middle, and this one you can turn it on just as a night light. You can also have it on auto, and that will turn on the motion sensor. So if it's really dark, it will turn on and off as soon as it senses motion. And what's great about this one is it's magnetic. So you can put this, you know, on the wall by the foot of your bed. So as soon as you get out of bed, it can light the room and not wake up everybody in the room that's sharing a room with you. So this is a really great little thing to travel with when cruising. I highly recommend one. The next few things are gonna be like space saving hacks. So the first thing I recommend are buying these little magnetic metallic hooks, and these can hold up to 100 pounds. They are really strong, and I use these for pretty much everything. I'll hang hats, bags, towels, anything that I want to get off the floor. I'll hang it on these little hooks. They're multi-purpose. They're great for cruises because all the walls in your cruise are magnetic. The next thing I recommend is a little laundry hamper. So this one is a travel laundry hamper. So basically it pops open. I put this usually in the cupboard or in a corner of the room, and everybody puts their dirty clothes in here so it doesn't accumulate all over the room and it stays nice and organized. I actually bought a set of two, so I often travel with both, especially if I'm sharing a room with more than one person. I'll bring two laundry hampers. You can even use this for like your shoes. So you can use one of the laundry hampers for dirty clothes and the other one for everybody's shoes. So they're all out of the way and they're not like scattered around the room. The next thing that's a great little space saving hack is to get yourself like a shoe rack. So I travel with this one. It's basically a cheap shoe rack that I bought myself on Amazon. It comes with these little metallic hooks, so you can use this to hang it on the top of your door. Or sometimes if that's not allowed, you can also use these metallic little hooks that I just showed you and hook it onto the wall. So you can use this for basically as a storage shelf for yourself and for your family. The next thing I suggest are packing cubes. It's a great way to stay organized, and I usually color code my packing cubes with each family member. So each family member will have a different colored packing cube. That way, when we're on the cruise, we don't have to unpack each packing cube. We'll just put the packing cube straight into the drawer. But just make sure you get a good quality packing cube so that the zippers are nice and sturdy and they don't break after a few uses. So a good quality packing cube will serve you well for all your travels, especially when you're sharing a room with multiple people. The next thing I recommend traveling with are these foldable travel hangers. You know how in rooms they never give you enough hangers for the whole family? So this basically unfolds into a full-size hanger. It even has two little loops here so that you can hang like a dress or something and it won't slip off the hanger. And that way you can hang everybody's clothes and make sure that they unwrinkle. Since you're not allowed bringing an iron onto any cruise line, this is a great solution. I hang my clothes as soon as I get in, and that way the clothes stay wrinkle free. All right, another space-saving hack is to pack a toiletry bag that can be hung in your bathroom. So basically, I bought this toiletry bag from BagSmart. It's one of my favorite travel toiletry bags just because it comes with a little hook here, and what's cool is that you can access all your toiletries super easily. It comes with these clear windows so you can see what's in each compartment, and it's pretty big, which is great if you're traveling as a family. You can fit everybody's stuff in here super easily and hang this on the door to save some space in that cabin, especially because you're going to be limited on the counter space in the bathroom. Okay, the next thing I like to travel with are these Lysol disinfecting wipes. Usually the room is always spotless, but sometimes it does happen where I've gone into a room and it was a little bit dirty. So I like to have the Lysol disinfecting wipes, and I just wipe down all the surfaces that might have not been cleaned, like any kind of remotes, door handles, or if the bathroom I feel is not clean enough, I can use one of these Lysol disinfecting wipes and make sure that there's no more germs anywhere. You definitely don't want to get sick when you're on a cruise, so it's always good to have these just in case. The next thing I recommend are antibacterial hand wipes. I prefer hand wipes to hand sanitizing gel just because these are so practical. You can like throw this into a pocket, they're easy to access and they don't dry out. whenever I'm going around in the ship and I'm touching a lot of things, I'll use one of these to disinfect my hands to make sure that I don't fall sick during the cruise. Another thing I recommend are these Shout Wipe and Go instant stain removers. These are great. They have a little bit of detergent in them. So if you do spill something on yourself, you can use one of these to remove the stain and you're good to go. Especially that you don't have access to laundry facilities on a lot of the cruises, this is a good little solution to have on you at all times. The next thing I recommend bringing is a Downy wrinkle release spray, just because, like I said, you're not allowed bringing any irons or steamers onto any of the cruise lines. So this is super important to help you get rid of some of those wrinkles in your clothes. And as soon as I unpack my clothes, I spray a bunch of this all over my clothes, shake them out vigorously, and it gets rid of all the wrinkles for the rest of my trip. Another thing I recommend is a first aid kit. I always travel with a first aid kit because you never know if you're gonna get injured somewhere. So I'll bring this even on an excursion. It just has like some band-aids, some pain medication in here, a couple of things to, you know, treat my wounds. This is a small travel sized one and it's easy to throw into your bag. So I highly recommend getting one. They're super cheap on Amazon, but you never know when you're gonna need one. The next thing that you're gonna have to bring with you is definitely some sunscreen. I can't tell you how many people burn on that first day because they don't apply enough sunscreen. Now I like to bring like travel size sunscreen so that I can carry these on me while I'm doing excursions. This one is for the face. I use it all the time. This is the Roche-Posay Anthelios sunscreen. It's small and I carry this with me all the time. If not, a little sun stick like this can serve you super well. This is great for reapplication. It's basically sunscreen in a solid form, and these are great little things to travel with. Just a quick note, if you are bringing sunscreen, make sure that it's reef safe. Some sunscreens are banned in certain ports because they kill the coral reef. So definitely make sure that whatever sunscreen you choose, make sure it's reef safe. Another must on a cruise is definitely some Aloe Vera Gel. If you do get a sunburn, this is gonna bring so much relief and it's gonna help your skin heal a lot faster. All right, the next thing I like to bring with me is a microfiber towel. Now they do offer towels everywhere on the cruise ship. I just find that especially if I'm going on an excursion, it's just nice to have my own towel. That way, you know, if it gets stolen or lost, I won't owe anything to the cruise ships because you do have to return those towels after you borrow them. And if they do get stolen or lost, you're gonna have to pay a hefty fee for those towels. And microfiber towels are great because they're much lighter in weight. So if you're going on an excursion, this is a lot easier to carry than the big heavy towels that the cruise lines give you. They're super lightweight, they dry super easily. All you have to do is hang them and they'll dry within an hour of using them. The next thing I suggest is to buy a couple of towel clips. These are great. Basically, we'll use these to clip our towels to the beach chairs. It can get really, really windy when you're out at sea and those towels can fly off. I found these super cute little toucan ones, but they have all kinds of different designs. They even have super simple ones that are cheaper than these, but personally I like this make. You can tell it's like made from a high quality plastic and the you know, spring on these is super solid. Another trick that I learned, if you're going to a beach and you know how like after you get out of the water, you're all sandy and you want to get rid of the sand to put your shoes back on. So I'll bring a little baby powder so they can sprinkle this onto my legs and feet and it gets rid of all the sand. Like it just falls right off. A great little trick when cruising. Another thing I like to bring with me on a cruise is a little portable fan like this. If you're going out on an excursion, sometimes you have to walk really far all the way to the port, and sometimes you're standing in the sun for quite a long time waiting for an excursion to start. So a little fan like this is a lifesaver, especially if you're cruising in the Caribbean. I bought this one actually to go to Walt Disney World and I just carry it with me all the time when I'm traveling now, especially if you're going to a tropical destination. Another thing that's a good little investment are to bring some rain ponchos. If you're going on an excursion, especially in the Caribbean, Sometimes they have like unexpected rain showers. You can just throw these into your backpack or into your bag before leaving. And if it does start raining, at least, you know, you can throw one of these on and not get completely soaked. Highly recommend them for those excursions. Another thing I recommend bringing, especially if you're going on a tropical excursion, is insect repellent. If you're doing anything where you're going to be in a wooded area or in a jungle, you definitely want to make sure that you have insect repellent, especially because, you know, there's diseases that can go around with mosquitoes and stuff. These are insect repellent towelettes. So you can carry a couple of these wipes and it's easy to spread on your body and they're easy to pack in your carry-on. Now, the next thing I recommend is this little dry bag for your phone. These are so practical because you can put not just your phone in here, but if you have any money or credit cards that you want to make sure that doesn't get full of sand or wet, especially if you're going out on port or you're going to a public beach, this is a good way to make sure that you have it on you when you go into that ocean. Now, my husband actually doesn't like carrying stuff around his neck, so he opted to wear one of these instead, a little waist pouch that he can wear when he goes into the ocean. This is basically Velcroed and it has 2 or 3 Ziploc style closures here, and you roll this up and fold it over and it protects anything that you put in here from getting wet. So this is great. You don't want to leave your valuables on the beach. You can wear one of these and, you know, not worry that your stuff is going to get stolen. Now, another idea is to bring a dry bag like this. This basically floats. So if you're going onto a catamaran or any kind of boat, if this falls off the boat, you can easily retrieve it because it will float on the top of the ocean. Also, if you want to go, you know, with a camera and more valuables, you can use a dry bag and go into the ocean with your dry bag and nothing will get wet that you put in this. I also use this after our outing. If I have wet bathing suits or wet towels, I'll put them in here. So it's a good little investment for any trip, not just a cruise. Okay, now let's talk about sun protection. I already told you you're gonna need to bring some sunscreen to protect you from the sun, but you definitely wanna bring a hat. Now, I like to travel with 2 different kinds of hats. I have a sports ball cap here. This is a super lightweight material and it's super breathable. I'll usually wear this if I'm doing some kind of sporty activity, you know, where I need to move around a lot. If not, I usually end up wearing this one. This is basically a wide brim sun hat. What's cool about this is it's Velcroed. It rolls up and fits into your suitcase really easily, especially if you're going on an excursion too. This can be thrown into your backpack or into your bag super easily and it doesn't get crushed that way. But when you are ready to go to the beach, you just put it around your head, you Velcro it, and you have a wide brimmed hat that will protect your shoulders and your neck, the back of your neck from the sun. Now, my husband, he prefers wearing like a little straw hat like this, like a Panama hat. These are great to protect you from the sun and they're stylish. So a little hat like this is great to travel with and, you know, you'll be protected from the sun that way. Another thing I recommend is buying a rash guard. If you're spending the whole day at the pool or if you're going to do some kind of water sport where you're going to be out on the water all day long, make sure you wear a rash guard. This is like a long sleeve one. It's UPF 50, so it'll protect you from those sun rays and prevent you from getting sunburned. The next thing I recommend are some water shoes, especially if you're going to beachy areas. Sometimes the beach can have rocks or shards of like seashells and you can cut up your feet pretty good. So it's always good to have a good pair of water shoes when you're doing those excursions. Now, instead of water shoes, personally, my family prefers to buy a good pair of hiking sandals like this. These ones are from the company Keen. First of all, because they have a closed toe. So, you know, it prevents any toe injury. So you can go hiking with these. You can go into a riverbed with these. You can go into the water and they dry super quickly. They also have antimicrobial soles in them. And they also have an arch built into them so that you can walk in these for really long periods of time without your feet hurting. It's great also if you're like zip lining, you need a closed toe shoe, but these are sandals, so they breathe really well. Either way, a water shoe or a good pair of hiking shoes like this, it's gonna allow you to walk long distances and go into the water without worrying of cutting up your feet or injuring yourself. The next thing you're gonna need is a pair of sunglasses. I like to bring a couple of cheap pairs of sunglasses. That way, if they break or I lose one during my cruise, I'm not like heartbroken. And another thing that I recommend from Amazon is a little sunglass carrier like this. This is a triple sunglass carrier. So basically it can hold up to 3 glasses. So I'll usually bring 2 pairs of sunglasses and my prescription glasses in this. It folds up into you know, a super small container, and this is easy to throw into your suitcase, and that way you don't have to bring your container for all 3 glasses. Another thing that I invested in is a duffel bag like this. I use this as my carry-on the day of embarkation. This is where I'll put the stuff I want to access really quickly. It has like handles like this, but it also has a shoulder strap. And what's fun about this bag is it's got a huge zipper in the back here that's waterproof. So if you have like a wet bathing suit, you can put your wet bathing suit or your dirty shoes in here and it won't wet the rest of the stuff in your bag. And what's fun is that this one has like a little pocket in the back, so you can slip this onto the handles of your suitcase and roll your stuff into the cruise with you. So I highly recommend this little duffel bag. It's one of my favorite travel bags, and I definitely use it every time I cruise. The next thing I like to bring when I'm cruising is a little hiking day bag like this. These are great because they're super lightweight. It's big enough to carry most of the things I need, but it's also small enough that it won't put extra weight on my back. So I highly recommend a little hiking day bag like this, and you can bring this pretty much anywhere. Another thing I like to bring with me when I'm cruising is a little waist bag. I have one in each color. I have one in this beigey white color, and I also have one in black. You can just throw this around your shoulder and you can make sure that you have everything you need in here. So I'll carry my phone, some sunscreen in here, and like I have food allergies, so I have to always carry like my epinephrines with me. And it's great for excursions too. It keeps your stuff close to you when you're out in port, so nobody can steal stuff in your bag. And I have it in both colors so that I can you know, mix and match it with different outfits. Another thing I like to carry with me is a little lightweight beach bag like this. This one is great because it's not too big, but it's not too small. I can carry like a towel, a water bottle in here, some sunscreen, but I can still use this as a little handbag, and it looks good with several outfits that I wear on my cruise. So it's kind of like a multi-use bag. So highly recommend a little beach bag like that. Now the next item, you don't have to bring this if you're not somebody who likes to snorkel, but if you do love to snorkel, you can bring your own snorkeling gear. Now, if you're doing an excursion where there is snorkeling included, they will give you equipment, but personally, I don't like the snorkels that you put into your mouth. So I like to bring like a snorkel mask like this. This one is from the company Tribord, but they sell lots of these on Amazon. And basically it's like a little travel snorkel mask. It comes with like a tube like this, and this clicks on. And basically you slip this onto your face, and basically the air tube is up here, and that's where the air comes in so that you can breathe normally. So I highly recommend this, especially if you're snorkeling with young children, like their first or second time that they're snorkeling. These are great beginner snorkel masks. So I used to travel with these all the time when the kids were young, and I still bring, you know, 1 or 2 of these when I go onto a cruise so that I can snorkel wherever and whenever I want. Another thing that I like to buy, but is not 100% necessary, are these little pool floats. I'll post a picture right up here of it inflated so you can see what it looks like. But basically, there's 2 sides that you inflate, this side and this side, and it kind of makes like a hammock, so you can float with this in the ocean or in the pool. Now, you're not allowed using these on the cruise ship, but I like to bring these with me when I'm out in port and I'm going to do a beach day. These are flat and they're super lightweight. They're easy to travel with, and that way I can enjoy, you know, just floating around in that ocean and not have to pay to rent those floaters. All right, guys, so that's pretty pretty much it. Those are all my Amazon cruise essentials. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any other suggestions that you like to cruise with. I'd really appreciate it if you take the time to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy cruising. Bye.